Okay, well, thank you very much, Derek, and excuse me. Thank you very much for everybody staying around until this very quick talk. I know that I'm between you and your refreshments, so I'm going to be really quick. So I'd like to speak to you very briefly about the GNU Radio UX group, who we are, and what we can do for you. So firstly, a quick introduction to myself. I'm Bernie. I'm a user-centered designer, licensed ham operator, ex-telecoms engineer, a GNU Radio companion newbie user, and an open source contributor. How have I found myself here? Well, earlier this year at FOSDEM 2021, Derek came to our open source design track and put a call out looking for UX designer contributions to GNU Radio Companion. As somebody with an interest in radio and an ex-career, I was really interested. I'd used GNU Radio Companion before, but I thought it was for beyond my level of understanding. So I contacted Derek and said I was interested in contributing, and that's how I've found myself here. So UX, user experience, that's all about logos and making things look nice, right? Well, user-centered design is much more than just logos. It is about understanding what the user of the piece of software needs to do, understanding the tasks they need to do, and understanding the context of use. So UX is from the bottom up here, it's exploring and understanding the user's needs, the problems, the context, the functional specifications, understanding what the software needs to do for this user or these users, deciding on the structure and the behavior of the software, then deciding and designing how the software looks, and then finally, on the very top, logos, graphic design. This is the bit that interests me. This is the bit that I'm reasonably good at. I'm interested in understanding how the software works for the user, what they need to do with it, and then actually creating designs to make that software work for the user. What can the UX group do for you? Well, we can help maintainers and developers learn about their users. I can tell you not everybody is a DSP or an RF expert. Designing UI for some new GRC functionality that you want to implement, and actually carrying out some usability testing of that functionality. It doesn't have to be fully functioning working software. Non-functional prototypes work really well when we're trying to validate designs, and then helping maintainers, developers, and users identify areas of GRC that cause usability issues for users. Again, focusing on people that are not GNU Radio experts. This isn't about simplifying or dumbing down GRC. This is about communicating to the user what it is they have to do, maybe why they have to do it. This is about educating and about helping the user learn about GNU Radio. So some of our contributions so far. First of all, we created the GR UX studies group. So far, we've got about 30 or 40 people who have signed up to be involved in our UX studies. This is anything from doing a short interview, understanding a little bit about their background, understanding how they use GRC, what they use it for, straight through to doing some designs and some validating those designs with users. With Derek, I created some PR and some feature request and bug report templates for the main GNU Radio repo. Why is this important? Well, it's helpful to try and create some templates for people so that they know what maintainers and what developers are looking to get from them when they're reporting a bug or when they're reporting a feature request. I did a really quick GRC iconography review, essentially what each of these icons in GRC means to a new user. Quite a lot of them are really confusing, even to established and experienced GRC users. Also, the final thing then so far was exploring possible ways to improve the create new flow graph UI in GRC. So I did a really basic prototype, non-functional prototype design, and then did some usability tests with users of different levels of experience. So if my technology works, I should be able to show you just a really quick animation of the design. This is going to take longer than I'd hoped. Essentially, what this should show is, as I said, some non-functional design prototypes, which I tested with 5 users, varying degrees of or varying levels of expertise, trying to improve the situation of having to, first of all, save the GRC before you can then run it. This is a usability issue that trips up a lot of new users. And essentially, the idea of the design was to create a temporary GRC file that would allow the user to basically bootstrap the execution of the GRC, and then if they wanted to keep it, they could then save it to their directory of GRC files. This is taking much longer than I'd hoped, so I'm going to skip this. Essentially, okay, what next? So the idea, first of all, is to iterate on this GRC. Iterate on the create new GRC flow design, and then publish the results of the iteration of the design and the results from the usability testing for community feedback. If anyone's got anything else that they really think needs some usability improvements, drop me a line, Bernard at EI8FTV, or I'm Bernat, BERNAT, on the GNU Radio channel on Matrix. And finally, if I can ask as many people, please sign up to the UX Studies group. The more people we have, the more people we can do user research and UX studies with. Link at the bottom. And I think that's it. Thank you for your time, and I hope you all have a nice, enjoyable refreshment.